Jessii Vee, and yes, I am wearing a spider turtleneck today. I thought it was like the perfect spooky Valentine's Day vibes, even though by the time you're watching this, Valentine's Day is over, but still. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about the creepiest kids characters from TV shows. These were created and were actually in real TV shows over the years, and people just can't believe it. These may be characters that you are familiar with because a lot of them I am personally, and I remember being terrified of them as a kid. So please comment down below if any of these characters freaked you out as well. Before I get started though, I have some very exciting shout outs. I'm going to be mentioning the schools who have started YANA groups. So first we have Silver Lake Elementary, then we have Roland Warner Middle School 6 to 7 campus, and we have Tarleton Elementary School. Thank you all so much. You all are superheroes. You all are amazing. Thank you so much for starting this amazing movement in your school. You're making such a huge change. And if any of you watching right now would like to start a YANA group at your school, maybe you're unsure how to, you want some more information, definitely check out a link down below in the description. It's a page on our website that will explain more about YANA, but you can also reach out to our YANA email. It is yana@jessiivee.com, and our coordinator will be able to help you out further. So thank you all so much. And another reminder that if you would like to win this new backdrop behind me, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, turn your notification bell on, and then head over to my new channel. It's called Jessie's Bookshelf. All you have to do is subscribe and comment on my recent video. And if I see your name popping up a lot over the next month, I will choose you to win this backdrop. We also have some new exciting things on the website. We've got a neon lollipop narwhal, and my mom came out with this really cool jewelry line. She has what's called sparkling ear cuffs, so that red cuff around her ear, you don't actually have to have your ears pierced. It literally just cuffs around it and sits there. It's so cool. So she has these in a bunch of different colors, and she also has these new double link heart toggle chains. So if you guys are interested in any of this cool new jewelry, I have linked it down below. All right guys, so without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Okay, first we have Spiderus. This character is apparently from a Canadian TV show called Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends. It aired from 2004 to 2007, and I'm Canadian and I've never heard of this show before, and I've definitely never seen this character before. But looking through the photos as I was doing research, I have to agree, like, why did they think this would be okay for a kids TV show? Spiderus is a large white spider, and he is described to be a whiny, conniving, cowardly arachnid. He lives with his new wife named Spinderella in a crack at the bottom of Hollow Tree, so that's cool for him. He's a heckler who taunts and torments everyone with empty threats that he'll eat them up. And apparently he like never follows through with these threats because that would be even worse. But the kids go to great lengths to sneak by his door without being noticed. So yeah, this was voted as one of like the top creepiest characters ever created for kids. Comment down below if you've seen this show or if you agree, because I definitely agree. Then we have Ko the Face Stealer. This is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He is one of the oldest known spirits and is very knowledgeable and manipulative. Ko enjoys stealing the faces of anyone who expresses emotion in his presence. And because of his frightening and grotesque appearance, Ko also enjoys coaxing fear out of anyone who meets him, thus stealing their faces. I have seen this show and I remember thinking that this character definitely was very disturbing. Probably the most creepiest part of this show, to be honest. And apparently Ko takes a lot of his design inspirations from a centipede. His face is an eye that can show another person's face, mainly someone who met him and then lost their face to his powers. But by default, like when he's not wearing another person's face, he just has this like white face with red lips. And since his face is like constantly changing, he does not have a consistent eye color. And a creepy quote from this character is, "It's been a long time since I've added a child's face to my collection." Ew! Why does this character kind of remind me of like Game of Thrones or something? Next we have King Ramses. I hope I'm saying that right. One of the creepiest kid shows was Courage the Cowardly Dog, a mix of comedy and horror. This show featured a cowardly dog and his family living in Nowhere, USA, where they would come across some creepy and disturbing monsters and mayhem. Okay, all my life, like whenever I've seen this show on TV, I always wondered if it was actually just an adult show disguised as a kid show, because there's no way this was meant for anybody like under 13. One monster they came across in the show was King Ramses, the ghost of a pharaoh who sent 3 plagues after the family after Eustace had stolen a stone slab belonging to him. Now, when Eustace found out this slab was worth millions of dollars, he refused to give it up and give it back to Ramses, which forces Ramses to attack them. He's a disturbing sight with a skeletal face and an animation style that is more horror than childlike. Definitely. I mean, I've never seen this episode and I've never actually like sat down to watch this show because it did creep me out. But comment down below if you've ever seen this episode or watched this show, and if you did you like enjoy it or were you like really creeped out? The next character we have is Crud, which might surprise you because it comes from Winnie the Pooh, and I feel like Winnie the Pooh should never have like horror characters in their show. When one thinks of Winnie the Pooh, one doesn't often imagine dark and malevolent beings trying to take over the world. However, in an episode of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, there is one villain that emerges and scared a lot of children, and this was an episode called Cleanliness is Next to Impossible. The villain's name is Crud, and he has sought to take over the world by making it filthy just like him. He claimed Christopher Robin made him and his kingdom under the boy's bed possible by shoving all his belongings down there, and even went so far as to kidnap the boy's friends in order to get him to do his bidding. So not only is he like super disgusting and creepy, but he also made slaves out of Christopher Robin's toys. And then he loses his cool and gets super angry when anyone mentions the word clean to him. He does not like that word. Yeah, it's just like a really disturbing character for such an innocent kid's show. Then we have Margot or Margot from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Margot is a teenage girl who gets a job as a nurse at a hospital working on the night shift. Now, what's so like creepy about this episode is that we soon find out that Margot is actually a sadistic ancient vampire who spends his time feeding on the hospital staff and patients, one of whom is even a young boy in a wheelchair. So like he literally tries to turn all of these people into his vampire slaves, and then he eventually gets confronted by the show's main characters. Their names are Amanda and her friend Colin. And what's so disgusting is that the vampire actually describes the hospital as his version of a candy shop. So that's really great. I don't remember ever seeing this episode, though I used to watch this show all the time, but I do remember seeing this character's face in like promotional material, and it did freak me out. And lastly, we have Morga from Sailor Moon. This is one of my favorite shows ever. Morga is the first monster to appear in the first season of Sailor Moon. Her goal is to gather human energy, so she disguises as the mother of one of the characters named Naru. Now, she locks the real mother in the basement, and then to fulfill her evil plan of gaining all this energy from people, she creates this heavily discounted jewelry store, and basically anyone who purchases these jewelry pieces and puts them on, it drains their energy and they fall unconscious. And then Naru begins to ask her mother, well, she doesn't know it's the monster yet, she thinks it's her mother, and she's like, Mom, like, why are you doing this to people? And then Morga reveals her true identity, and she is defeated after Sailor Moon's cry emits supersonic waves from her hair pieces, temporarily incapacitating Morga and the affected humans. And then she defeats Morga with her moon tiara magic. I remember watching this episode at like 9 years old, or like maybe even younger than that, and it scared me. She was definitely one of the scariest monsters. Anyways, guys, those are all of the creepy kids TV show characters I'm gonna be talking about today. If you would like me to make a part 2, there are hundreds. Why do they make so many scary kids characters? But anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you want me to make a part 2. And don't forget to check out all the new awesome jewelry we have on our website right now. I have linked it down below, and if you would like to win this backdrop, check out my new Jessie's Bookshop channel that is also linked down below. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!